Stephen, great to have you here today.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
So we were talking and we were discussing an upcoming customer and their migration to HubSpot Service Hub, and I made a joke. Maybe it was about how Service Hub has always kind of been the ugly stepchild in the HubSpot suite. How they tried to rebrand it a couple years ago, and I kept asking our reps like, why would I sell this over some of the other ones? And they didn't really have good replies. And then you came to me and you said, it's here. So what's here? You said HubSpot's Service Hub is now better than all the competition. I said, don't say anything else. I want to record a video. I've got to hear how, when, and why this happened. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the same boat 2 years ago. Probably didn't recommend Service Hub. Now we're seeing it, outperform and win against Freshdesk, win against Zendesk, and a lot of the main competitors out there. And HubSpot's really kind of doubled down on their investment in really turning Service Hub into more of an AI powered solution now. And now we're starting to see more and more B2B SaaS, B2B tech companies migrate over. They're using, Marketing Hub and or Sales Hub, and now they're migrating over into Service Hub. It's just honestly, it's become a full suite now for customer success teams, both from like the management level and from the individual rep level. That really kind of started here with with this new customer success workspace they HubSpot rolled out. It makes it really easy for individual reps now to manage their book of business. You can build unique customer health scores and really help reps kind of on a day-to-day prioritize their activities that they might have with managing their book of business, in addition to managing the incoming pipeline of tickets that could be coming through. um, a couple of years ago, there wasn't even a customer portal. Now HubSpot has a customer portal, so customers can actually log in through a secure portal, have their own account like they're used to with a Freshdesk or a Zendesk, for companies that might want to gate a lot of their ticketing capability. They've got really more robust knowledge base functionality right now, where you can build out and design a knowledge base very similar to what customers have been doing with Zendesk for years. You can do that all within HubSpot now. But honestly, the biggest feature that's rolled out over the last few months has been the AI customer agent, which is now companies initial data points are showing that 50% of incoming conversations are getting resolved automatically through the customer agent. And it's where, versus relying on an individual rep to reply, it's a 39% faster ticket resolution, which then opens up reps to more so like work their book of business, work on making sure the churn rate is low, upselling where they can, and not having to spend as much of their day on like some of the mundane, chats that come through, ticket requests that come through. Really relying on AI now to take some of that on, so customer success reps can pivot to a more of a revenue producing function for a business.
Yeah, let's talk about the role of AI, because I think it's one, it's on everybody's mind, but two, when it comes to customer success teams, there's this belief that, hey, everything's going to move to AI, and all of a sudden you're just going to be talking to a robot all the time. And as customers, I think we all know how much that sucks. That's not a fun experience. I know, there's the infamous story of Klarna getting rid of most of their customer success team, giving it to the robots, realizing the customer experience sucked, and then rolled that back. And I think what people are going to recognize is that there's a proper balance. So where is AI helping to accelerate customer success teams, not necessarily replace them?
Yeah, I think where I see is particularly the customer agent. One, it's 24/7 support. But when needed, if it's coming in after hours, I think one thing the customer agent does a really nice job of is that transfer to a rep when human support is needed, because that human element is always going to be needed. Heck, I see it even when I use the HubSpot's customer service now. They have implemented, of course, the customer agent, and there are use cases where the customer agent, hey, it could still give a wrong answer, or it's just more of a complex issue. It does require that human element, and it does a nice job of, when you ask it, it will transfer you over to a rep, really helping with those more complex issues. So I don't see AI necessarily, it's not replacing, it's a good complement so that again these a customer success rep, more and more companies are implementing bonus structures around upsell opportunities, keeping churn rate to a certain percentage point and lower, having a certain NPS or CSAT score. And so by implementing the customer agent, the customer success reps can then spend more time on managing their book of business and actually becoming focusing on that that revenue portion of their job, and less time again on the mundane. So it takes what everyone wants AI to do right now. It takes some of that more mundane, repeatable, work off of your plate when AI can step in and help with a simple incoming chat request. Hey, how do I create a user? How do I change a setting? Like that doesn't need a human element. AI can handle that. And the nice thing with the customer agent is it works across chat, it works against WhatsApp, it works across Facebook, email, and voice. But again, that seamless handoff is there when human element is needed.
Gotcha. So, one of the value propositions that Service Hub's had forever is that, it's in the same ecosystem as some of the other functions of your business, like marketing and sales. But, these competitors, Freshworks, Zendesks, like that, that's all they do. Right. And so if I'm working with Zendesk or Freshworks and I am not on HubSpot for marketing or sales, you're still telling me that HubSpot Service Hub is now a better platform than that. So why would I be looking to make that change? And what are those features that HubSpot has that these others don't? So where if I'm just a standalone customer success team at HubSpot Service Hub is just a better option for me than, some of the competitors out there.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen plenty of companies that still implement Service Hub, as a standalone hub. And they could be using, Salesforce, so I have something else on the marketing automation side. Where I think HubSpot steps up that, makes this steps up that game and makes that move make sense is, the integration ecosystem is typically going to be a lot more vast with HubSpot than you're going to get with a Zendesk or a Freshdesk or competitors. So that even if you are using a different CRM, different marketing automation tool, you have an ERP, you can still get Service Hub to speak to those systems. Even without the integration component, Service Hub, from an ease of use perspective, I find it to be a lot more user friendly than a Freshdesk or a Zendesk is. And the reporting tends to be a little bit more accurate. Common complaint we hear with some of these other platforms is, you can create different reports, have different timelines on it. And you're going to get different metrics coming back again from measuring like NPS or CSAT, which is incredibly important to customer success teams, especially at the management level. They typically have KPIs that they need to hit there. But HubSpot again, this drives deeper. You have SLA management. You can create different levels of SLA agreements in HubSpot. Maybe if you have more enterprise customers who are paying more on a monthly basis versus an SMB client, you might have a different SLA there, and you can manage that within HubSpot. The conversation intelligence feature that rolled out has been a game changer. Being able to AI power call analytics that helps the team then to deliver better service, and that helps both the rep and the management level. So it really is a complete suite. And honestly, even looking at like price point, a lot of times Service Hub is going to beat out some of these competitors on a price per user basis.
Nice. I've always joked that I could sell anything I believe in. And I truly love that. The HubSpot reps didn't like that a few years ago, though, when I was like, no, let's give them Growth Suite. I was like, why would they need that? They've got Zendesk. It's better than Service Hub. Like, what? I'm like, yeah, I mean, sorry. But, I think that's one of the things that we continue to see with HubSpot and why it is such a great company is they do continue to invest in creating tools that are that make it possible to become that central source of truth for all areas of your business and integrate them all. And, I think whether they're saying it externally or they just know internally, they are putting the time and the investment and the resources needed to make their platforms as strong as any competitors and to actually, become leaders in a new area of software that they didn't even begin, right? They didn't start as a CRM. They added that along the way, obviously, Service Hub as well, now really driving customer success innovation. So kudos to HubSpot. Great job, you guys. You did it. It finally happened. HubSpot Service Hub is elite. way to go. We never doubted you. We were just waiting, and the day is here, and we're here to tell the world about how great Service Hub is now that it's actually great. Steven, thanks so much, buddy.
Perfect. Thanks.
That's it for today. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and make sure you hit subscribe so you can see our latest videos as soon as they drop. We really appreciate you watching. See you next time.